The kind of love you do deserve is possibly the exact opposite of the kind of sick love that you've been offered. You've also been offered that love like a charity. Like, you didn't really deserve it, but I gave it to you anyway, kind of thing. By people who were unable to love you in a way that felt safe and nurturing. Because they couldn't love you unless you were serving something that they wanted you to serve. So did they feel like they could control you? Okay, you're loved. Did they feel like you were a good representative of them? Okay, you're loved. Are you different? Are you questioning stuff? Are you asking for too much? You're not loved. The kind of love that you deserved was not the kind of love that was weaponized against you. It's a love that was given to you in the form of control, manipulation, abuse, all in the name and the pretense of love, but that's not the kind of love that you deserved. The kind of love that you deserved was not a love that owned you and wanted something from you, something more that you could give and something different than who you are. That's not the kind of love that you deserve. The kind of love that you do deserve includes you as who you are and celebrates you for all that you are and accepts you as you are completely. There's no requirements and there's no terms and conditions, asterisk, and a massive list of compliance in order to qualify. In order to qualify for it. The kind of love that you deserve doesn't make it into their life mission to change you, to mold you into their own pre-decided measures of some insane level of perfection you can never reach because nobody can reach it. The kind of love that you deserve doesn't demand of you to chase any levels of perfection, although it can encourage you to do better, don't get me wrong, so that then you can reach your own potential. Not so that they can live through you, because they love you so much. The kind of love that you deserve cares about you and your feelings. The kind of love that you deserve doesn't hurt you willingly and apologizes when mistakes have been made. The kind of love that you deserve is considerate, meaningful, and deep, and sees you as a whole person, not just a fragment that they can absorb and assume it's theirs to flaunt. You are nobody's creation. You belong to yourself and your life is uniquely yours. And the love you deserve makes sure you feel free within that love, not imprisoned, controlled, used, manipulated into fulfilling their own egoic desires. And also owing them some sort of worship because they've been kind enough to offer you love. No, that's not the kind of love that you deserve. The one that you have to beg for. The kind of love you deserve respects you, your boundaries. Your inner world feels like your own, and it's a safe space for you, even in proximity with those you love, because that's the kind of love that you deserve, that respects your emotional boundaries. Your internal landscape is safe to exist without being invaded or colonized by some type of love that wants to own you, wants to exist in you in a way where you cannot exist as your own person. The kind of love that you deserve is a love where your individuality is respected, your wants are honored, your thoughts and experiences are allowed to exist without anybody having a say or a judgment about them or breaking them down or alter them to change so that they match a narrative that serves them, because you're allowed to have your own experience and you're allowed to be your own person and you're allowed to feel the way that you do without having to be gaslit or shamed out of it, because whoever is in front of you feels confronted that you feel a certain way because of what they're doing. That's not the kind of love that you deserve. The kind of love that you deserve doesn't punish you, nor does it treat you like you're invisible so that it can watch you shatter in pieces because you're in actual fear that you're dissolving possibly into thin air as if you're nobody and nowhere to be found unless they look at you. And because they don't look at you, and because they act like you don't exist, you think that you possibly do not exist, and that is your punishment. Somehow, from someone that loves you, to not acknowledge your existence as a punishment of whatever it is that you did this time. That's not the kind of love that you deserve. The kind of love that you deserve wants you to know that you're deserving of the exact love that you desire because your desires are respected and honored. They're treated as valuable pieces of who you are and what makes you you, not as a burden. Your needs matter, your mind matters, your struggles are allowed to be when you're loved the way you deserve to be loved. And when you fall, because inevitably we will fall, the kind of love that you deserve is there to pick you up and never, ever will use this opportunity to tell you, I told you so, or gloat over your failure. Also, the kind of love that you deserve doesn't find fulfillment from seeing you in pieces so that they can be the one that fixes you and then owns you all over again. No. No. The kind of love that you deserve looks at you kindly, with empathy, respect, and allows you to have your individual experience, even if that means you will make mistakes. Because love wasn't meant to be a controlling force, but a safe environment for you to practice your freedom, while it's having somewhere to curl back to whenever you didn't get what you wanted. Like a bird. Like a bird learning how to fly, then crawling back to the nest until you're ready to fly again. Kind of love that you deserve doesn't take everything you do in the pursuit of your own heart and desires as a personal sign of disrespect. Because love doesn't demand worship or blind obedience. Love gives you the freedom to choose. And the freedom of ownership of your own life. Because it is your own life after all, no matter who gifted it to you. The kind of love that you deserve doesn't want the life that you were gifted to be theirs or to be lived as to be lived for them. Because love is respect. It's an extension of a sense of care that prioritizes your happiness over their own experience. The kind of love that you deserve is well aware that it cannot have you living lives of others. And if you really have a chance at feeling good and fulfilled in this lifetime, the kind of love that you deserve knows that you must be allowed to explore who you are within the safety that you are always loved as who you are. The kind of love that you deserve is possibly nothing like the love that you have received. How could it be? Since the love you received was a Trojan horse, filled with the pain and shame, and all that horrible stuff that lived before you, served to you as parental love in the name of a bond you couldn't break. And you stayed there receiving what was nothing but love, but you try to make it mean love somehow. The so-called deep down love, or tough love, or abuse, but let's call it love for the sake of whatever. So you never really learned what's the kind of love that you truly deserve, did you? Because you didn't know what you deserved until you received something which kind of set the standard as to what you deserve. And sadly, what you were given was not what you deserved, but that's how you measured your own worth. And here we are trying to figure that out together, step by step. And since you never really learned what's the kind of love that you deserved, because it was never an experience that you had, you've never even allowed yourself to give yourself the kind of love and therefore respect that you deserve to yourself. how could you have known if you were never given the love that you deserve? How would you now know that you deserve a love that can exist even if nobody else is giving it to you, from you, to you, through you, and therefore also be received? You couldn't have known because you were never taught. So, that's it for me today. I'll see you guys soon.